I observed on one of the drums belonging to the Marines being raised that there was painted a rattlesnake with the modest motto under it, "Don't tread on me." It occurred to me that the rattlesnake, being found in no other quarter of the world besides America, might therefore be chosen to represent her. Having frequently seen the rattlesnake, I ran over in my mind every property by which she was distinguished. She never begins an attack, nor, when once engaged, ever surrenders. She is therefore an emblem of magnanimity and true courage. She never wounds till she has generously given notice, even to her enemy, and cautioned him against the danger of treading on her. I confess I was wholly at a loss what to make of the rattles until I went back and counted them and found them just 13, exactly the number of the colonies united in America. And I recollected too that this was the only part of the snake that increased in numbers. Perhaps it might be only fancy, but I conceded the painter had shown a half-formed additional rattle, which, I suppose, might have been intended to represent the province of Canada. Tis curious and amazing to observe how distinct and independent each other the rattles of this animal are, and yet how firmly they are united together, so as never to be separated but by breaking them to pieces. One of those rattles singly is incapable of producing sound, but the ringing of the 13 together is sufficient to alarm the boldest man living. The power of fascination attributed to her by a generous construction may be understood to mean that those who consider the liberty and blessing which America affords, and once came over to her, never afterwards leave her, but spend their lives with her. She strongly resembles America in this, that she is beautiful in youth and her beauty increases with age. Her tongue is also blue and forked as the lightning, and her abode is among impenetrable rocks. Benjamin Franklin, 1775. In the fall of 1775, we got word that the British Navy was on its way to deliver supplies to the British troops. The Continental Congress decided we needed a navy to counter the British. They wanted to confiscate some of the goods and thwart the British effort, as well as keep the British from overtaking American merchant ships. Christopher Gadsden was a congressman of South Carolina and a member of the Maritime Committee. We needed a flag to fly on the new U.S. Navy ships, otherwise they would be considered pirates. The U.S. flag of 13 stars was not adopted until 1776. On February 9, 1976, Gadsden presented the flag to the South Carolina Congress. Colonel Gadsden presented to the Congress an elegant standard, such as is to be used by the Commander-in-Chief of the American Navy, being a yellow field with a lively representation of a rattlesnake in the middle, in the attitude of going to strike, and these words underneath, "Don't tread on me." The Gadsden flag was first flown on the Black Prince, owned partially by Robert Morris, a member of the Pennsylvania Congress, who later signed the Declaration of Independence. The Black Prince was none other than the same ship that came in the fall of 1775 with papers warning the Continental Congress of the impending arrival of the British Navy. Once it was purchased for the new U.S. Navy, it was renamed the USS Alfred. Esek Hopkins was the first commander-in-chief of the Continental Navy, and the Gadsden flag, also known as the Hopkins flag, denoted that the commander was aboard the Alfred. The Gadsden flag is one of the earliest symbols of our nation, representing the strength we have when we stand together, our reluctance to strike, but willingness to stand up when needed.